What is up, guys? It's your boy Nick Torius, back again with another video. I said I'm back again with another video, and today I'm gonna be talking about flirting with disaster, right? So smash the like button, comment below today, subscribe if you're new, and let's get into it. So, yeah, basically, you know, a lot of times, you know, we live our lives and we just, like, you know, we crave excitement, right? We crave, like, oh, something needs to happen. I need something to happen. I feel like I'm the opposite, right? I feel like I'm not the same as, like, a lot of people that do that. Because I crave boredom, right? I crave mundaneness. I crave monotony, right? Things that are boring are exciting to me. Things that are kind of hard gets me hard. I'm just kidding. But that's, you know, like, one of my favorite shows is King of the Hill, right? And I appreciate that about myself because it's such a mundane. It's a funny ass show, right? Like, if you watch King of the Hill is like the kind of show that you gotta watch the show. You know, you gotta be a fan of King of the Hill to be a fan of King of the Hill, right? Like Family Guy. You can watch Family Guy and be like, oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, I watched a couple episodes of Family Guy. But it's like King of the Hill, just like the Venture Brothers, right? But it's not, the King of the Hill is a little slower. With King of the Hill, it's a funny ass show when you get to know the characters, when you get to understand, like, when you watch the show a couple times, you know, it gets really fun. Because I used to hate King of the Hill. I used to be like, oh, the show sucks. Hey, it's more for, like, adults, and it's just like the chillest show ever. But yeah, like, that's like pretty much what I like in my life. And it's like talking to my friends, talking to people that I know, talking to people that I meet. You know, a lot of times, you know, when we live life, we don't want to be stuck in these ruts, or like some people don't want to be stuck in those ruts, so they kind of look for that, right? They look for, what can I do to sabotage my success, right? Like, it just happens to me right now. Like, I'm over here, like, listening to the song Flirting with Disaster and, you know, it's such a great song, but then you know, and it gets me real high. But then it's like, when I'm that high, I'm like, damn, what's gonna make me sabotage this high, right? Like, when I'm feeling this good, what is gonna make it, like, do I deserve to feel this good, right? like a lot of times, you know, like, books that I read, they'll say, like, you know, I'm feeling good, but oh no, something bad's gonna happen, or like, I don't deserve this, so like, what can I do to sabotage feeling this great, you know? Like, for me, I don't feel like I do that. I feel like it's more like it happens naturally. Like, I just let the universe humble me, right, instead of humbling myself. Or like, there's people around me that will humble you. Like my mom, she'll definitely humble me. She'll try to humble me, right? Like, just bring me down. You know, I feel like it's important to have some people in your life like that, but sometimes people are just haters, right? You gotta understand the difference between someone trying to humble you and a hater, like a hating ass nigga, right? Because some people don't want to, they want you to stay at a certain level so that they can feel comfortable. And it's like, if you're gonna ascend, you can't have people bringing you down. That's why a lot of times they'll have rappers, right? And the people will complain to about the rappers, oh, he's just around a bunch of yes men. No! When rappers have a whole bunch of yes men around them, you know, they'll be like, oh, yeah, right? They'll be like, all of these dudes, these rappers just have like a bunch of yes men, and they just say yeah because they want to stay being bought a bunch of stuff. It's like, yeah, you know what? Rappers do need a lot of yes men, right? Like, rappers do need yes men. They don't need people bringing them down, hating and shit. Because I understand that, right? I used to think that, like, I remember there was this one episode of the Boondocks, right, where Riley was hanging out with Thugnificent, and when Riley was hanging out with him, they were listening to the music, right? And then whatever the nigga Wendell or some shit, right? whatever his name was, he was like, oh, I was trying to bait with Lumen. He's like, oh, you hating ass nigga. Right? Leonard, right? I think his name was Leonard. I don't remember, but he was, you know, like, he's like, oh, I turned the baits up with Lumen, and he's like, oh, you hating ass nigga, and I was like, oh, you know what, rappers, they have all these yes men. Like, when I got a little older and I was watching it and I was like trying to be a rapper, and you know, I thought it was bad to have yes men. It's like, oh yeah, everyone likes it except this person, and he's the bad person, right? But it's the truth, right? Because you can't have those people around you that's gonna bring you down. You need people that's gonna lift you up. And if everyone's just saying, yeah, everything you do is great, you know, yeah, you might be delusional. Yeah, you might have some delusional grandeur, but who cares, right? Because the thing is, it's like I honestly would rather have delusion of grandeur and create some shit than someone bring me down and give me negativity and make me not motivated to do shit, because then I'll just feel bad and I'll just like stay in bed, or I'll just like, because I remember, bruh, one time I was making a song and my homegirl, she said some shit like, oh, the beat doesn't match the song. And then, you know, it's like, why say that? Right? Because the thing is, I was having so much fun and having so much energy making the song, and then all of a sudden she says that, and it was just like, ugh. And then the thing is, I couldn't match that same energy anymore, so it's like, it ruined the entire song. You feel me? So it's like, that's why rappers need yes men. Like, yes men are important. You feel me? Like yes men are super important because they keep that energy up. You feel me? Like, because you need that, like, rappers need that energy in order to sell the music. So it's like, if you have that, if that energy isn't there, then damn, this cop does not know how to drive, bro. Like, how you copy, you don't know how to drive. But yeah, you need to have the energy up all the time. You feel me? Like, you need to stay up. What was I talking about? But yeah, and yeah, she turned out to be a hater. So anyways, so, you know, it's like when you come with that hating is just bringing negativity and just adding, like, when you have a bunch of positivity and then someone just comes with negativity and then just like just bring you down, right? Like, I don't think that's good, I think that sucks, or whatever, just saying bad. And it's so funny because this world is just full of negativity, right? Like, a lot of times, and people trick us into being negative too sometimes, you feel me? Like, sometimes people, like, you'll be talking, you're like, no, it's not that great. Like, they'll be like, oh, that's so great. And it's like so funny because it's like we're so used to just downplaying ourselves, like, oh, you know, it's not that great, because we have to humble ourselves to be amongst everyone else. And it's like, you know, do you really need to humble yourself? You don't need to humble yourself. Like, be great, right? There's this book called The Art of Communication, right? And it's basically explaining how, like, yeah, it's good, but I do have, like, if someone comes to you and says, wow, you're so great, you can say, yeah, I appreciate that you see these good qualities in me, but, you know, there's things that I struggle with, right? And then if someone says you suck, and you're like, okay, I might not be that great in this aspect, but there's other things about me that I'm good at, right? So it's like a balance. You gotta be, it's like, that's a good way to humble yourself. It's just understand where you have strengths when someone calls you great, and understand that, you know, there's stuff that you're struggling with, that you're good at, what someone's not, you know, too fond of you. You feel me? But yeah, it's pretty much all I want to talk about. I make a lot of videos about hating ass niggas. Fuck 'em. That being said, like the video, comment below what you think, subscribe if you're new. If you have any questions, just DM me on Instagram at Torius. I at 6 Feet Interviews, and I'll make a video talking about all your questions. Talking about your question. Actually, remember, why did I say that? Talk about your question, subscribe to the Patreon, and also donate to my charity, A Hand on the Mountain. Link is in the description. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.